Can you create your own newsletter application and be the real owner, not only of the technology and the process and automations, but also the data of your subscribers? Well, obviously you can. And today in this video, I'm going to show you an example of how I've implemented such a solution. If you follow my channel, you'll know that I've just launched a new English channel and created my own newsletter. And I've implemented this newsletter solution using Microsoft Power Platform tools. And today I want to show you how I've created that so that it gives you some insights and maybe inspiration to create your own. Let's go straight to action. So let's say that you land into my newsletter website, andresviarge.com, and here you fill in the info, Spanish or English, of course, give me your consent and subscribe to my newsletter. Well, if you do that, you'll end up in this application over here. And based on your language that you selected, you will end up with a communications language configured, whether it's Spanish or English. And what can we do once we are here? Well, three main functionalities. First would be to manage these contacts, these subscribers, and fill in some information. Maybe we have a one-to-one conversation and I find out that maybe you want some training for you or for your team, or maybe you want professional services for your company, so that I build something like this for you. Second functionality would be, well, do these massive sendouts, the actual newsletter functionality, which is sending massive emails to your contact list. And third, and more importantly, specifically for you, if you are listening there, is having a one-to-one conversation. That means that if you respond to one of the messages that I will be sending, if you subscribe to my newsletter, then you can have a one-to-one conversation with me, because behind that email address, there's going to be my team and I. How? Because the way I've built this, I've configured this, the email address is not my personal address, is what's called a shared mailbox. Shared mailboxes can be configured at the admin center, whether it's Microsoft Admin Center or Exchange Online Admin Center. And this means that this email address can be shared with multiple people. This is a very interesting functionality that Microsoft Power Platform has out of the box. Why? Because this means that you can create your own support channels, your own mailboxes, your shared mailboxes channels. I mean that, imagine you've probably used these support ticketing systems, right? So you submit a ticket and then this goes to a queue and several people can pick that element from the queue and work with your issue and solve it, have a one-to-one conversation with you. Maybe they change people and then they assign to you a new representative, whatever. Well, you can build that ad hoc, completely customized here with the platform. You don't need to buy Salesforce or Dynamics 365 or any other big software. You can actually build that using the out-of-the-box functionalities that Microsoft Power Platform has included with itself. So now let's go to the actual newsletter functionality. So let's pick one of that's already sent. Remember, here we are in a sandbox environment, in a test environment. So this is not the real thing. The real thing is in production, already functioning. Go to andresviarge.com and check it out. Well, enough of that. So basically, what do we have here? We have a way to fill the description, which will be the actual subject of the email, then the language, whether it's going to be English or Espanol, and very important, the delivery date, because the way I've built this, you can select a different delivery date, different than today, more than, well, greater than today, of course. And then what happens is that behind the scenes, Power Automate Flow that's running every day will check, okay, do I need to send emails today? Yes or no, depending on this field, and then do the massive send out. Here would be the email body, of course, and this is a new functionality that it's not yet in production, but I'm building right now, which is the segments of this newsletter send out related to our contacts. What does that mean? Well, when you try to segmentate your contacts, you can say, for example, classify them in, okay, these people are interested in maybe some training courses, or maybe in professional services, or they're just subscribers, regular subscribers, and we don't know if they are interested in any doing business with us. Well, you can create those labels, let's say categories, and assign that to your contacts and to a newsletter send out that you're going to send massively, so that then when you send those emails, it will only select the people, your subscribers with this language and with these segments that you have included in here. Well, and what's the process that we follow when sending these sendouts? Well, here you go. We have here a business process flow with the following phases. First is going to be draft the email, of course. Then we have an approval process. Normally, me approving myself, but that's not the matter. You can have whatever approval process you want. Then it will be waiting for the delivery. Why? Because we wait for this date, scheduled date, to send out definitively the emails and then confirm delivery when we check that all emails have been sent out and the subscribers have received this newsletter information. Now, a very interesting functionality that's really just configuration is seeing here all the emails that are related to this newsletter send out. So we've sent this newsletter, but then we let's order here. You'll see that we have some responses here. For example, how, because you can send, well, it will be this one over here. In the status, you can see if it's received or we've sent it. So here we got a response from one of the subscribers, and then here we responded to that email with our shared mailbox, not my personal email address. And here, this way, we can track how what's going the engagement, what's been the engagement with this newsletter send out, and more importantly, having this one-to-one conversation. And if we want to have a global overview of all the emails, we can sit here and take a look. This is the out of the box entity, email entity that comes with the platform. So we are really just customizing what we already have, but not really building this from scratch. It's a mix of configuration of what we already have and some custom entities, some custom fields, and Power Automate flows behind the scenes. And this, what I just said, is not trivial, because what we have under the hood when we are building Power Apps is really a bunch of tools, very powerful tools that come from Dynamics 365. Let's take a little history lesson here. Dynamics, and to be fair, I haven't worked with Dynamics 365. I work directly with the Power Platform. I'm what's called a vanilla Power Platform consultant. But if you take a look here, for example, and search some images, this doesn't look very big. Now, this one, for example, take a look here. You see that image. This is from Dynamics 365 Sales Hub application. Well, look out for the differences. Apart from color and a couple of things, it looks very similar, right? Take a look at this, and now take a look at that. An application. Why? Because around 2018, what Microsoft did is split the product from the platform, meaning that we have the product, Dynamics 365, and the platform, which is called the Power Platform. So Dynamics became a big Power App, so to speak, and then Microsoft gave us the opportunity to say, if you want to build your own staff with the same tools, the same technology, and the same robustness and security and all of that that we have with Dynamics 365, well, you can do that. And it's called the Power Platform. And then there you can build your own Power Amps and all your copilots and whatever. So really what Microsoft did is give us really a big toolbox with very robust technology that you can use to create your own business processes, automate your own staff, and really deliver great value to a business. And if you want help that training for yourself or your technical team, or you need specialized professional services from a team like me that can deliver these kind of results, well, subscribe to the newsletter and let me know. And as you can see, this is an example because I built this app for myself, for having my own newsletter solution. Why is that? Well, not only because I not only talk the talk, but I also walk the walk, but because I really do believe in this technology and what it can do. Because let's say that instead of using Power Platform, I just bought a subscription for Mailchimp. Do I really own my process and my data, or I'm just subscribed to some service, Mailchimp, and they really have the ownership of my data and what I can do because it's an off-the-shelf software. It's something that is what you see is what you get. You cannot customize it unless you get crazy with some API integration. But then again, you are already building your own stuff. Instead, what I love is being more autonomous, being more independent, and build your own stuff. And you'd say, well, but you are building your own stuff on top of the Power Platform. You are not independent. Well, if you want to be really independent, go ahead and build your own language, your own compiler, build your own program in your own language, compile it, get up some servers, do the maintenance of your own infrastructure. You see where I'm going, right? We are not completely independent. Nobody is, right? But on the range of choices that we have, we can select the ones that give us more autonomy and ownership, especially with the data. How many leakages we have around, especially now with people embedding AI in everything, and then just not taking care of real security business as it should. Well, if we use this technology, we are in a very secure. I'd say this is one of the securest platform around. And really, you own. This is very important. You own your data. What if Mailchimp, as we see with censorship in so many platforms nowadays, what if you buy a Mailchimp subscription and they just ban you? You don't have ownership of that, and then you kind of go in and download your contact list and whatever. You're done. You've lost what? Millions opportunities, your contact list. Instead, you have here your own process. You can automate it, tailor it the way you want it, and you have complete ownership of everything. I think it's a fair trade. And well, with that, we'll see you